Let's review the exciting new data contracts feature in version 1.9. To set the stage, we're going to look at columns in a customer table here. Our normal flow is that we have metadata agents running that are refreshing this view and showing how the schema is evolving. The core idea is that the data is alive. There are always going to be changes, and we want to know when these changes are happening. This is where things can get a bit tricky on the schema side. We might catch these changes after they've happened, and we might not. Imagine I'm using this customer ID column, and this column disappears. Suddenly, my processes start to fail. As an aside, this is also why we added the announcements feature. It's a convenient way of saying, hey, next week or month or something, I'm going to deprecate this column or be doing something that you want to let people know about. This is all well and good, but we need to reach an agreement between who is creating and providing the data and who is using the data. One view could be on the schema set, another view could be on the data quality set. Now consider, if the data is alive, the schema is alive, then the metadata is also alive and evolving. So we might want to set certain ground rules on it. For example, we want to make sure this asset always has domain information, or will always have a customer ID, etc. So basically, we are taking three different views of our data: the schema side, the data quality side, and the overall metadata side that we might need to agree on between the producers and the consumers of our data. That sets us up for the data contracts here and the main goal of the feature. We have a previously defined data contract here called Customers DC. You can see we have some schemas defined, and while there are 7 columns in this table, our contract states that these 2 columns, customer ID and first name, should always be a part of this table, and that part of the test has passed. We also have some semantic rules here. Ownership is mandatory, and this test has passed. However, on the data quality side, the customer row test is not passing. So this data contract is a set of tests that must pass to satisfy the contract. This contract view gives me a quick summarization of this information and if the contract has passed or failed. So that gives you some background as well as the results of a contract, but let's see how to create one. To start, we give the contract a name, Orders Process DC. Let's give it the customer's team as an owner. Description is free-form text, so put detailed information here to help others that come later. Now we can select the schema portion of the contract here. We can select the columns that we want to ensure are present. Let's say we want everything but gift card amount because that's a calculated field and it's okay if it goes missing. Next, we can create semantic rules. This would be business semantics and documentation requirements. We give it a name first, and we specify that owners should be set. Then we give it a description. Now the rule is owners is set. Then finally, on the data quality side, this takes advantage of some of the UX improvements for adding tests. So I can select Add Test here on the right, which will open up a panel to configure the test. I can select a row count test that I have 100 rows, for example. Now I select the available test and save it as part of the contract. Now my contract has all of these features configured, so I can run it now. And it failed. Looking at the contract status, we see the schema passed, but the semantics failed because I don't have an owner. And there you have a high-level overview of the new data contract feature in version 1.9, how to configure it and how to use it. Come try it for yourself.